Hello everybody, welcome to day 7 of Young Adult April 2019, and today our look at the Harry Potter book series comes to a close with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So for this one, I'm going to be looking at the plot of the novel, the background, and the finally major themes. So, here we go. Following Albus Dumbledore's death, Voldemort consolidates his support and power, including covert control of the Ministry of Magic, while Harry is about to turn 17, losing the protection of his home. The Order of the Phoenix move Harry to a new location before his birthday, but are attacked upon departure. In the ensuing battle, Mad-Eye Moody is killed and George Weasley wounded. Voldemort himself arrives to kill Harry, but Harry's wand fends him off of his own accord. Harry, Ron, and Hermione make preparations to abandon Hogwarts and hunt down Voldemort's 4 remaining Horcruxes. But few have clues to work with, have few clues to work with as to their identities and locations. One is a locket once owned by Hogwarts co-founder Salazar Slytherin, which was stolen by the mysterious R.A.B. One is possibly a cup originally belonging to co-founder Helga Hufflepuff, and the third might be connected to co-founder Rowena Ravenclaw, and the fourth might be Nagini, Voldemort's snake familiar. They also inherited strange bequests from among Dumbledore's possessions: a golden snitch for Harry, a deluminator for Ron, and a book of fairy tales for Hermione. The trio attends Bill Weasley's wedding, but during their reception, the Ministry of Magic finally falls to Voldemort, and the wedding is attacked by Death Eaters. Well, that's not good. They flee to Troll Grimmauld Place in London, the family home of Sirius Black, that Harry had inherited a year before. Thanks to the House of Creature, they identify R.A.B. as Sirius's deceased brother Regulus, and learn that Slytherin's locket was stolen from the house and ultimately seized by Dolores Umbridge of the Ministry of Magic. They infiltrate the Ministry in disguise and take back the locket, but accidentally break the protection of Troll Grimmauld Place during their escape and must go on the run across the countryside. With no way to destroy the locket, they argue frequently under the object's evil influence, culminating in Ron abandoning Harry and Hermione. Aww. Harry and Hermione continue the quest, discovering more about Dumbledore's past, including the death of Dumbledore's younger sister and his connection to dark wizard Gellald Grindelwald. They travel to Godric's Hollow, Harry's birthplace and the place where his parents died, and meet the elderly magical historian Bathilda Bagshot, but she turns out to be Nagini in disguise, awaiting their arrival. Bom bom bom. The snake attacks Harry, and again they barely escape, but Harry's wand is damaged beyond repair. Well, that sucks. Their luck finally appears to turn in the Forest of Dean. A mysterious silver doe Patronus appears and guides Harry to an icy pond containing the sword of Hogwarts co-founder Godric Gryffindor, one of the few objects able to destroy Horcruxes. During Harry's attempt to recover the sword, the Horcrux tries to kill him. He is saved by Ron, who suddenly appears, takes the sword, and uses it to destroy the locket. Yay! Ron and are guided back to them by the Deluminator, indicating that Dumbledore's gifts may be more useful than they thought. Hermione identifies in Dumbledore's book a strange symbol worn at the wedding by Xenophilius Lovegood. They visit him and are told the symbol represents the mythical Deathly Hallows. 3 objects from an old fairy tale titled The Tale of Three Brothers: the Elder Wand, an unbeatable wand, the Resurrection Stone, able to summon the dead, and an infallible invisibility cloak. Although Ron and Hermione are skeptical, Harry believes the Hallows are real and could explain the visions of Voldemort he has been having over the past few months. He suspects Voldemort is hunting the Elder Wand, won by Dumbledore after defeating Grindelwald, believing it will allow him to overpower the connection between his own wand and Harry's. Harry believes the Resurrection Stone was inset into the ringed Horcrux that Dumbledore discovered the previous year, and may be hidden inside the snitch Dumbledore left for him, but he can't open it. The description of the third Hollow also matches that of his own inherited invisibility cloak. Harry's suspicions are confirmed when he has the vision of Voldemort breaking open Dumbledore's tomb and stealing the Elder Wand from within. Well, that's not good. The trio are captured by Snatchers and taken to Malfoy Manor, where Bellatrix Lestrange tortures Hermione to learn how the 3 acquired the sword, which she had believed was in her vault at Gringotts. With the help of Dobby the House Elf, they escape along with fellow prisoners Lunar Lovegood, Mr. Ollivander, Dean Thomas, and the goblin Griphook. During the escape, Peter Pettigrew is strangled by his own silver hand after Harry reminds him of the debt he owes him. Harry overpowers Draco Malfoy and steals his wand, and Dobby is killed by Bellatrix. No! Bellatrix's anger in interrogating Hermione suggests to Harry that some exceptional object is in her vault, and when questioned, Griphook confirms the gold cup is indeed in her vault. With Griphook's help, they break into the vault at Gringotts, retrieve the cup, and escape on a dragon. In the chaos, Griphook steals the sword of Gryffindor from them. That's not good. Harry has another vision of Voldemort and sees that he now understands their plan, and intends to make his remaining Horcruxes even safer. The vision also confirms the unidentified Horcrux is at Hogwarts. They enter school through an undiscovered secret entrance in the Hogshead, a bar in Hogsmeade owned by Dumbledore's brother Aberforth. Harry alerts the teachers Voldemort is planning an assault on his school. Snape, who had been headmaster under Voldemort's regime, is ousted by the combined efforts of the heads of houses, and the Order of the Phoenix is summoned to help defend the school and buy time for Harry to locate the Horcrux. Voldemort has set a guard in the Ravenclaw Tower, corroborating Harry's belief that the Horcrux is Rowena Ravenclaw's diadem, lost centuries ago. The Ravenclaw ghost story further confirms this belief, and Harry remembers an old diadem in the Room of Requirement. Ron and Hermione destroy the cup with Basilisk's fangs, take over the Chamber of Secrets, as Voldemort and his army besiege the castle. They find the diadem, but are ambushed by Draco Malfoy and his friends Crabbe and Goyle. Crabbe tries to kill them using Fiend Fire, a cursed fire, but is unable to control it. The fire destroys the diadem and himself, while Harry's friends save Malfoy and Goyle. Meanwhile, several major characters are killed in the Battle of Hogwarts, including Remus Lupin, Nymphadora Tonks, and Fred Weasley. No! In his encampment, Voldemort feels the Elder Wand is not performing as he expected. According to legend, its full allegiance must be won by killing the previous owner, and Voldemort reasons that as Snape killed Dumbledore, he will not be able to fully wield the wand's power until he kills Snape, which he does. Arrgh! Harry arrives as Snape is dying, as Snape passes him memories to view in a pensive. They reveal Snape had a lifelong love for Harry's mother, and felt haunted for causing her death. Despite hating Harry's father, he agreed at Dumbledore's request to watch over Harry and act as a double agent against Voldemort. The dual Patronus that led Harry to the sword was summoned by Snape, who was watching over them the whole time. Ah, clever! It is revealed that Dumbledore was slowly dying after mishandling the ring Horcrux, and he planned his murder with Snape in advance to prove Snape's allegiance to Voldemort. The memories also explain that Harry himself is a Horcrux, and must die at Voldemort's hand if Voldemort is to become mortal. Harry accepts his death and goes to the Forbidden Forest to allow Voldemort to kill him. On the way, he mentions to Neville Longbottom that Voldemort's Saint Nagini must be killed to make Voldemort vulnerable. Harry finally manages to open the snitch and uses the Resurrection Stone to seek comfort and courage from his dead loved ones, his parents, Sirius Black, and Lupin, dropping the stone in the forest before reaching Voldemort's camp. Voldemort uses the killing curse, and Harry does not defend himself. Good. Harry awakens in a dreamlike location resembling King's Cross Station and is greeted by Dumbledore, who explains that Voldemort's original killing curse led to a fragment of Voldemort's soul in Harry, which caused the connection they had felt, making Harry an unintended Horcrux. This fragment had just been destroyed by Voldemort himself. When Voldemort used Harry's blood to regain his full strength, this further protected Harry from Voldemort, allowing Harry to return to life if he chooses, or to go on. Harry chooses to return and feigns death. Narcissa Malfoy feels Harry's pulse and lies to Voldemort by stating he is dead after learning that Draco is still alive. Voldemort calls a truce and displays Harry's body, offering to spare most of the defenders if they surrender. Neville, however, pulls the sword of Gryffindor out of the sorting hat and uses it to behead Nagini, leaving Voldemort unprotected, and Harry escapes under his cloak as the battle resumes. Yee! In a final onslaught, Bellatrix is killed by Molly Weasley, and Harry reveals to Voldemort that he is alive. Ha ha! Explains to Voldemort the Elder Wand's loyalty transfers upon the defeat, not necessarily the killing, of its previous master. Although Voldemort believes by killing Snape he has gained the Wand's loyalty, Snape was in fact never its master. Instead, Draco Malfoy inadvertently earned the Wand's loyalty when he disarmed Dumbledore just before Snape arrived to kill him. Therefore, Harry believes that their duel will depend on whether or not the Wand recognizes Harry to be its new master after he disarmed Draco at Malfoy Manor weeks prior. Voldemort attempts one final killing curse on Harry, but the Elder Wand refuses to act against Harry and his spell rebounds, striking Voldemort and destroying him once and for all. Yay! Harry uses the Elder Wand to repair his original wand, planning to return the Elder Wand to Dumbledore's tomb, where its power may vanish if Harry dies undefeated. And it can drop out of history. Harry does not intend to search for the Resurrection Stone he dropped in the Forbidden Forest, but will keep the invisibility cloak he inherited. The Wizarding World returns to peace once more. Well, that's good. In an epilogue set at King's Cross Station 19 years later, the primary characters are seeing their own children off to Hogwarts. Harry and Ginny are a couple with 3 children: James Sirius, Albus Severus, and Lily Luna. Aww. Ron and Hermione also have 2 children, Rose and Hugo. Harry's godson Teddy Lupin is found kissing Bill Weasley, Lord Delacour's daughter, Victoria. I don't know how to pronounce it, spelled Victoire, so I don't know how to pronounce that, to be perfectly honest. Neville Longbottom is now a Hogwarts professor. Draco Malfoy and his wife are also at the station to send off their son, Scorpius. Albert is departing for his first year at Hogwarts and is worried he will be placed into Slytherin House. Harry reassures him by telling his son he is named after 2 Hogwarts headmasters. One of them, Snape, a Slytherin, and the bravest man he had ever met. But the Sorting Hat could also take account of personal preferences, as it did for Harry. The book ends with the words, "The scar had not pained Harry for 19 years. All is well." Aww, that's a nice way to end the book. And the book series as well, so yeah. Anyway, so let's look at the background of this novel, beginning with choice of title. The title of the book refers to 3 mythical objects featured in the story, collectively known as the Deathly Hallows: an unbeatable wand, a stone to bring the dead to life, and a cloak of invisibility. Shortly before releasing the title, J.K. Rowling announced that she had considered 3 titles for the book. The final title was released to the public on December 21st, 2006, via a special Christmas-themed Hangman puzzle on Rowling's website, confirmed shortly afterwards by the book's publishers. When asked during live chat about the other titles she had been considering, Rowling mentioned Harry Potter and the Elder Wand and Harry Potter and the Perivale Quest. Yeah, I think Deathly Hallows definitely works a lot better. Now let's look at Rowling on finishing the book. Rowling completed the book while staying at the Balmoral Hotel in Edinburgh in January 2007, and left a signed statement on a marble burst of Hermes in her room, which read, quote, "J.K. Rowling finished writing Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows in this room, 552, on January 11th, 2007. In a statement on her website, she said, quote, "I've never felt such a mixture of extreme emotions in my life. Never dreamed I could feel simultaneously heartbroken and euphoric." She compared her mixed feelings to those expressed by Charles Dickens in the preface of the 1850 edition of David Copperfield, quote, "A 2 years imaginative task," quote, "to which," she added, quote, "I could only sigh, try 17 years, Charles." She ended in her message by saying, quote, "Deathly Hallows is my favorite, and that is the most wonderful way to finish the series." When asked before publication about the forthcoming book, Rowling stated that she could not change the ending even if she wanted, saying, quote, "These books have been plotted for such a long time, and for 6 books now, they're all leading a certain direction, so I really can't." She also commented that the final volume related closely to the previous book in this series, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, saying, quote, "almost as though they're 2 halves of the same novel." She said the last chapter in the book was written, quote, in something like 1990, as part of her earliest work on the series. Rowling also revealed she originally wrote the last words to, quote, to be, quote, something like, "Only those he loved could see, only those who he loved could see his lightning scar. Rowling changes because she did not want people to think Voldemort would rise again and to say that Harry's mission was over. Yep, that's definitely true. Now on to the major themes of the book, starting with death. In a 2006 interview, J.K. Rowling said that the main theme of the series is Harry dealing with death, which was influenced by her mother's death in 1990 from multiple sclerosis. Lev Grossman of Time stated that the main theme of the series was the overwhelming importance of continuing to love in the face of death. Now living in a corrupted society. Oh boy. Academics and journalists have developed many other interpretations of themes in the books, some more complex than others, including some political subtexts. Themes such as normality, oppression, survival, and overcoming imposing odds have all been considered as prevalent throughout the series. Similarly, the theme of making one's way through adolescence and, quote, going over one's most harrowing ordeals, and let's come to terms with them, has also been considered. Rowling has stated that the books comprise, quote, a prolonged argument for tolerance, a prolonged plea for an end to bigotry, and that also pass on a message to, quote, question authority and not assume the establishment of the press tells you all the truth. Some political commentators have seen J.K. Rowling's portrayal of the bureaucratized Ministry of Magic and the oppressive measures taken by the Ministry in the later books, like making attendance at the Hogwarts School compulsory and the, quote, registration of mudbloods within the Ministry, as an allegory of criticizing the state. Now, finally, Christian allegories. The Harry Potter series has been criticized for supposedly supporting witchcraft and the occult. Before publication of Deathly Hallows, Rowling refused to speak out about her religion, stating, quote, if I talk too freely, every reader, whether 10 or 60, will be able to guess what's coming in the books. However, many have noted Christian allegories apparent in Deathly Hallows. For example, Harry dies and then comes back to life to save mankind, like Christ. The location where this occurs is King's Cross. Harry also urges Voldemort to show remorse, to restore his shattered soul. Rowling also stated that, quote, my belief and my struggling with religious belief. I think it is quite apparent in this book, which is shown as Harry struggles with his faith in Dumbledore. Deathly Hallows begins with a pair of epigraphs, one by Quaker leader William Penn, and the other from Aeschylus' The Libation Bearers. Of this, Rowling said, quote, I really enjoyed choosing those two quotations because one is pagan, of course, and one's from a Christian tradition. I'd known it was going to be those two passages since Chamber was published. I always knew that if I could use them at the beginning of Book 7, then I queued up the ending perfectly. If they were relevant, then I went where I needed to go. They just say it all to me. They really do. When Harry visits his parents' grave, the biblical reference, quote, the last enemy that shall be destroyed is death, from Corinthians 1:15 verse 26 from 1 Corinthians 15:26 is inscribed on the grave. The Dumbledore's family tomb also holds a biblical quote, saying, quote, where your treasure is, your heart will be also, which is from Matthew 6:21. Rowling states, quote, they're very British books, so on a very practical note, Harry was going to find biblical quotations on tombstones, but I think those two particular quotations he finds on the tombstones at Godric's Hollow, they sum up. They almost epitomize the whole series. Harry Potter pundit John Granger additionally noted that one of the reasons the Harry Potter books are so popular is their use of literary alchemy, similar to Romeo and Juliet, C.S. Lewis's Perelandra, and Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities, and vision symbolism. In this model, authors weave allegorical tales along the alchemal magnum opus. Since the medieval period, alchemical allegory has mirrored the passion, death, and resurrection of Christ. While the entire series utilizes symbols common in alchemy, the Deathly Hallows completes this cycle, tying themes of death, rebirth, and the resurrection stone to the principal motif of alchemical allegory, a topics presented in the first book of the series. Yeah, I can definitely see that. So overall, as a final chapter in the Harry Potter book series, it's really good, and I can't recommend it enough. So overall, I give Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows 5 wands out of 5. Well, the book series may be over, but that doesn't mean that Young Adult April is done. No, my friends, because tomorrow we're going to be taking a look at the Harry Potter film series with Harry Potter and the with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or the Philosopher's Stone if you live in Europe. So, until tomorrow, bye everybody.